This was the hotel. You're here, okay. I got a ladder.
I don't know how I got to the shelf.
Really? It's only like 30 miles away. Your life changed completely. Well, they were there every weekend. They kind of know their regulars. There's a garbage can over here. Oh, I gotta go get a knife. Yes. I get a hot dog.
Yeah, I didn't want to.
No. People have been taken already. Like there were like 4 up here, and there's a big pool. No, there's more.
Yeah, so
Send me the dates for it.
keep those to you. You can find one of them right yeah. Which is only 2 weeks away. It's amazing that I'm Harvard used to writing 25 on my checks. Right now, it's going to be 26.
You know you gotta do it.
Good afternoon, everybody. For those who don't know me, I'm Dines. I'm Tim's brother. We know it's been a tough year, but I just hope everybody can join me in this little salute to my brother. And let's all have a nice rounding song for Tim. You ready?
That's why I didn't start singing.
He's new at this.
Yeah.
One, a two, a three.
James, do you have something to say?
Go
What about Joe? Yeah, we want the story of Joe.
In the beginning,
I did not hear much. Yeah, Robin, are you okay if I tell the story of Joe? This is not going to come out as funny as I want it to. I will start there.
Nice setup.
Yeah, you know, you got to set the bar low, and then from there you can go up. So, Susan and I were very blessed to be with Robin and Tim when Pastor Tom gave Tim his last rites. So Robin called the pastor like in the morning, priest, I'm sorry, the priest in the morning. And the priest actually had done several things, and she just happened to call him, and he said, I'll be right there. So he rushed over after doing probably his fourth or fifth ceremony. He walks in. My wife Susan and I go to a little Lutheran church, and that's important to the story. Can I tell the other story about the Lutheran losers too?
Losers what?
When they wouldn't give us communion. So I got a lot of integrated stories here. Like, so if you can bear with me, so I'm gonna digress. So I'm the godfather of two beautiful girls, Molly and Ella, and Susan is Abby. Like I'm emotional. That'd be Abby. So OG number one is Abby. We got that. So we used to come over for birthdays and communions, and we'd often go to church at the big church building next door. And one Sunday, we're driving over from Bradenton, which is where we live, and I asked Susan if we have any interest in trying to take communion. Now remember, I started with we're Lutheran. So we get to church, and I'm sitting here, Susan's sitting here, our daughter Samantha, who is Tim's goddaughter, in case you folks didn't know that my daughter Sammy is Tim's goddaughter. And then Tim, Robin, and the four Saboko kids.
hope you.
Whole pew. So I step out.
No, hold on. You weren't gonna do it.
Yeah.
But then his whole homily was about how Jesus
Yeah.
ate with like sinners and tax. And you're
So
like, if
that's-
I die on the way home, I want to have communion. I'm doing it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I got my sidekick Robin that helps with the stories.
You're straight, man.
Yeah.
Susan, do you need to say anything?
So just back. So we got the whole pew, right? And it's time for communion, and everybody walks up. I've got on blue jeans and probably a Cubs t-shirt. Susan goes in front of me. She walks up.
No, Susan was behind you.
No, she was in front of me.
Oh, she was? Oh.
She was. Susan was in front of me. So like everybody goes up. I've got on blue jeans. Susan's actually dressed kind of nice. I got on blue jeans. Susan walks up. She puts her hands out to take the wafer. And I kid you not, after his homily in which he talked about Jesus said we should break bread with everyone. Right? That's what the service was. Poor, destitute, but not Lutheran. So Susan walks up, she puts her hand out, and I kid you not, he starts to put the wafer in her hand. And he looks at her and he says, "Are you Catholic?" And he took the wafer out of her hand. I walk up in my blue jeans and my Cubs t-shirt. I put my hand out, and the guy puts the wafer in my hand. I take my communion and we go sit down. That was the first time that had ever happened, and that was the only time here. We tell that story all the time. So now back to Pastor, Priest Tim,
Priest.
Father Tim.
Father Tom.
Father Tom is his real name. So he walks in after having done several rites that day. And remember, we're Lutheran. And he opens up this little book. Kind of like they open up books today. Please if you're Catholic and I'm insulting you, I apologize because it's a funny story to me. He opens up his little book and he starts reading out of his book. You know, Dear Heavenly Father, you know, thank you for the gracious life and the lovely family of Brother Job. Now, that's what I thought he said, and that's what Susan thought he said. Robin heard him correctly say, Tim.
Joe.
No, Joe.
I'm sorry, Joe. Joe. Robin heard him say, Joe. Susan and I are sitting there thinking, well, maybe he said Joe because that's some Catholic thing that you do when someone's going through their rite of whatever. And the best line of all is Robin looks over at me and then she looks over
As I'm like bawling.
at Susan and she's crying. And she looks up at the priest after she realized that he said Joe and not Tim. And she goes, his name is Tim. So that's the Job story. Can I tell a Robin story? So I love Robin to death.
It's a preamble to a disaster.
No, this is so like I feel like I should have a tin cup up here or something and tell my stories better.
Want a beer?
Yeah,
Old
that's
style,
what's wrong.
Old
I
style,
don't
right,
have a drink. So the other wonderful thing that we got to experience with Tim and Robin, like it's really hard for me to say some of these things because the priest talked about being on a life journey with someone. We were there when Tim asked Robin to marry him. We went on a trip, they went on a trip to go skiing, and they stopped to visit us in Dallas. So we got on the plane and went to go skiing with them. And at that time, I worked for the Quaker Oats Company, and my job was to sell Gatorade. That's what I did for a living at the time. And Tim and Robin ski, and Susan and I don't. And they're skiing and skiing and skiing. And about the fourth or fifth time, Robin comes down from the slope and she's sweating. And she's totally dehydrated. And I go, hey, Robin, you should get a Gatorade. And Robin goes, Gatorade? I hate that stuff. So at their wedding rehearsal dinner, Robin got 25 cases of Gatorade. So I have 1,000, but I need to get down, so someone else can come tell some stories. Anybody else have something they want to say? I didn't know that this was going to happen. Is this okay, so I got another Robin story.
You're doing great.
Oh, you want the popsicle story? Oh, so, I don't know if you guys know, Robin has like some really strange eating habits. And one of them is that she used to eat freeze pops. You guys know what freeze pops are, little popsicle-like things. And she would eat like 25 in a weekend. And we would come over and we would go fishing. And you guys, they used to live right on the St. Johns River. And we would come over and go fishing all the time. And we would fish with shrimp, right?
Well, the worst part was I had a 100-pack on top of the freezer in the garage that I hadn't even put in the freezer, and Tim kept bitching about it. Like, are you ever going to put those in the freezer? And then I came to your house and ate like 40 of them.
So,
I was pregnant.
yeah, she was pregnant. Believe it or not, scissors really work well on shrimp, but they also work really well to cut freezer pop. So after about the fifth shrimp flavored freezer pop, Robin decided she didn't want to eat any more freezer pops. So is that the freezer pop story you wanted me to tell? Okay.
Did you tell it right? What did you say? I stopped it.
No, I probably got it wrong.
What did you say?
I said you stopped eating them after about the fifth shrimp flavored freezer pop.
Oh, yeah. No, well, I tried to eat one and I go, oh my God, this tastes awful. And I'd already
This
licked
tastes like
all the
shit.
shrimp crap off of it, and I'd give it to Jimmy, and he'd be like, "There's nothing wrong with this." And so then I'd go get another one, and I'd cut it with the shrimp scissors, and then I'd suck all the shrimp juice out of it, and then I'd give it to Jimmy, and he'd go, "There's nothing wrong with this." And yeah. And then we realized that Jimmy took the scissors out of the kitchen drawer and cut his shrimp in half with them to go fishing, and then put them back in the kitchen drawer without washing them. The person who's not allowed to touch shrimp, or his head explodes.
Yeah, so we got a little pin and teller going on, in case you guys have any pin and teller around here. Anybody else, you have something you'd like to say? Thank you.
It's a little bit of a cute story about Abby and Robin and Tim. The first time I met them was in church. In the big church, right. Yeah, God, it's been a long time. Abby was just a baby, maybe 6 months old, and cute. And then those who don't know me, I'm a freak about having to hold everybody's babies. And I stared at her. She sat in front of me the whole Sunday church, and I couldn't take my eyes off of her. And Robin had bows all in her hair, and I was like, I gotta hold this baby somehow, you know. So after church, I just leaned over and I said, "Did you make that bow for her hair?" And she said, "No." I said, "Do you want to learn how?" She said, "Yeah, because Tim would die if he knew how much I paid for these." And that started it.
Yeah, it would have.
Robin.
Hi everybody. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Nicole. I'm Tim's niece and also goddaughter. He's really good with the guy up there. He's got at least 2 goddaughters. And I'm Mike's daughter right here. So I think we covered the baseball today pretty well. I can see a lot of Cubs merch, and I'm not a baseball person, I'm not a sports person, but I am a theater person, I'm a music person. And I know Tim loved a small, kind of well-known band called the Beatles. You guys heard of them? And there's no music today, so I just wanted to make sure there was a little bit of music for him today. So I'm just gonna sing a little bit, just a little ditty, but if you guys could help me and just give me a beat. So I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do.
Honey, you're a big man.
I'll give you the mic next. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. And when the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. For though they may be parted, there is still a chance that they will see. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. That means it.
Maybe some Velcro. You didn't get that from your dad. What a great voice.
Wait, I got one last Robin story. And this is
probably gonna offend some of the folks in the Sabelco family, I guarantee you. But,
And then make sure you use the mic.
yeah, I'll use the mic. So this is my last story. I don't want to be the drunk one. Don't let that happen to me. Whatever, John.
Whatever, John.
So, in spite of all the Cub stuff, Tim's second favorite thing in the world to do is bass fish. Like, absolutely, he would have fished 365 days of the year if he could. And we used to go to this place called Farm Pond 13 and we would fish. And Dan would come, and so would Ed, Uncle Ed. And Uncle Ed and I really got along very well. Actually, this is the first time I wish Tim was here because he could tell the story way better than I could. We ripped, Dimes, you were there that trip. Remember how much Uncle Ed and I made fun of each other that whole trip? We were crappie fishing.
Yes, it was great.
It was, that's a good answer. So, after about 5 hours of him like pounding me, I just said, man, you need to shut up, Big Head Ed. So we started calling him Big Head Ed. Behind his back, like not to his face. Robin had never met Big Head Ed until what event was Big Head Ed at?
It was the wedding of the girl that had a hundred.
So it was the wedding of a niece or something.
It was one of his nieces.
One of his nieces.
I'm trying to think of.
And so Tim's introducing Robin to all of the relatives, and he walks up with me standing there and Robin and Susan, and introduces Robin to Uncle Ed. And Robin, to his face, goes, "Oh, Big Head Ed!"
So, I'm Tom, I'm Tim's cousin, and so I got to know Jimmy around 2001. We came to a NASCAR race or something, and I was talking to Tim, and I said, hey, you want to go to a race? And he's like, sure. He's like, hey, my buddy'd like to go too, and in fact, Jimmy probably got us the tickets. I don't know, because I was a customer. And so I was talking to Jimmy a few days ago, and I'm like, hey, don't you think it'd be cool if we wore a Cubs jersey to the funeral? Jimmy, right? Best friend, knew him forever, and says, nah, it's a pretty historic church. Probably not appropriate. That's where they got married. Bad idea. I'm like, whatever. You know him, I don't know him. So then Jimmy and Robin started to talk, I think Thursday, just this past Thursday. And Robin's like, well, I wasn't part of the conversation, but I think it went something like, you idiot. Maybe. Probably not as nice. But anyway. So then Robin hangs out with Jimmy and then calls me. Well, she did call me, but I didn't recognize her number, so I didn't pick up, which is sad because I'm in sales, because I normally pick up. So the next call is from Tim's cell phone. So I'm like, oh, this has to be Robin. So then Robin says, hey, I just got on the phone with Jimmy, and yes, please wear a Cubs jersey. So, and then we started to talk, and she said, I got the hot dogs, I got the pizza, I got everything else, but I couldn't get the old style. And I said, I'm sitting in Chicago. I can get old style right down the block. I'm in sales, baby. And so she said that's great or whatever. So then as soon as I hung up with her, I couldn't wait to call Jimmy because I'm like, hey, you idiot. You're anyway, so I just thought it was a cute story, and I'm glad we're all wearing Cubs stuff because, Tim loved his Cubs. So rest in peace. Love you, buddy.
Oh, yeah. Set at the office because they didn't want to run too cold.
she had gone in there one day to do something. She might have been on a Saturday, I think it was. And she left and she'd forgotten to set it back up. So she was like, called me. You've got to be the first one in Monday because Tim gets in, he sees that thermostat says 65. And then I think, if I remember the story, I think like one of her kids Monday was like throwing up, and I was like taking care of a sick kid. So I got in a little later, and she was coming in Monday too, but she got in even later. So I think I got in 30, 40 minutes after Tim did, so he's sitting there. And he didn't say anything. Like an hour into the day, he's like, "Did you forget to set the air down on Friday?" It came in, it was 65, and I was like, I didn't want to throw her under the bus. So I was like, I didn't think so. I was like, sorry if I did. I guess just kind of took that one. And then Robin comes in, and she's like, "Did you get down?" I'm like, "No." I was like, "But hey, the good news is, I was like, I didn't throw you. I took one for the team." She was like, I appreciate it. We're sitting there, and I don't know what came in his head, but like, all of a sudden he goes, "Wait a minute." He goes, "Robin, didn't you come in here on Saturday?" She's like, "Yeah, why?" He's like, "It was 65 degrees when I came in." I tried. Because I had a huge heart. I appreciated himself. In many ways, he was kind of blunt, straight to the point. Like, no sugarcoating anything, but at the same time, he was
There was never anything wrong. What do you want? What are you trying to accomplish? Right here. You want to do
Not much. We were just talking. My mom's from Lima, Peru.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I know him.
I do. It's been a while. One of the ones I really liked, I didn't know until I was like an adult. I didn't know the heart. The heart. It's so good. Cow's heart.
Barbecue with this sauce.
I remember like asking, where do I buy this stuff? And I think finally at like 18 years old, like, 'cause I had been eating it as a kid when I'd go to Lima. Like, oh yeah, well, if you're gonna buy it in the store, you gotta ask for the cow heart. I was like, oh, I thought it was just a cut. It was a steak. Like, I'm actually buying the heart of the cow. All these years, and then the other one, as a kid, I haven't had it in 30 years. That's right? Isn't that cow? Stomach, okay. Yeah, they put the whole cow to use. Yeah.
I like Tunchumi.
Bob, you looking for your wife?
A little bit. Is that pork?
For your wife?
Is that
I thought you were lost. I thought you were looking for your wife. I thought you were looking for your wife.
Maybe. I do have to become a wife for 30 years. I think I've had it.
Peruvian funnel.
Hey, Bob, you said that out loud.
No, I saw her.
But yeah, I love it.
I don't want to get involved.
You were mentioning some towns.
Yeah. So, is that by the coast? No. My mom's dad was in the military, so he lived close to what they could put Zamora. And then I have some cousins that still I guess a little bit up, right, kind of up on that.
Yep.
My dad met my mom because he was a avid surfer. And so he had,
So it's like, I don't know how to respond. What to
what's
say.
funny is he decided he was going to go to Mexico and go all the way down to Peru. The entire which he did. It took him 8 years. And he got to Peru and he met my mom. Oh gosh, where? They met at like a, they call it Disco Day. But, what was the name? Miraflores. Yeah, that's kind of like an art.
La Lucha. It's like a famous restaurant. The breakfast sandwich with pork and onion and tart. Tastes good.
And he was good at it.
Good at it.
Oh.
When I make it the first time, I was
You missed out.
I don't like to do that. But I can very for the same that time it was mandatory. Eat stuff. So I learned. So when I meet here, I said, no, I know what I'm doing. And they said, I'm going to surprise you. And I get sugar and I'm it's a soup. When I make it, still like it, he say next time when you do it, I give it a recipe, he make it. Yeah, because he like to do. I prefer
Her brother used to work in Oh, actually, yeah. And how long has it been since you've been to Florida? Okay, I think in Miraflores, there's Love Park, I think, and there's this big statue of two couples kissing, a huge statue.
I remember there's like a lot of like art on the wall, right? Like very artistic.
Now there's a gigantic statue, and her brother-in-law's cousin, Nathan. Yeah, and it's very famous now. I think that might have been like 2010. Anything you look at in Miraflores now has that.
But there's nothing there. There's nothing there. No, there's nothing there.
Got some cornfields and
Yes, I know that. I didn't eat it much when I was a kid.
Never like
I was little. Even though I hope that does
That's the statue. Her brother-in-law's cousin, Nathan. It's big.
Anytime.
The center of the park in Miraflores. Yeah, it's still full of the artsy stuff. When we went there, they had these, I don't even know what you call them. It's like a helicopter, or it's like an airplane with a seat. I think so. And you just, it's like a prop, and you parachute, yes. It was a paragliding. I wanted to do that so bad because they take you for paragliding rides.